Okay, viewers, welcome to another edition of The Oil Within. And this is a television show, an entrepreneurship show actually, that has the goal of inspiring entrepreneurs to be the best they can be in their chosen fields of endeavor. You are welcome to another special episode. My name is Howard Derek Briggs. I would like my co-host to introduce herself.
Hello viewers, my name is Ibilate Blessing Bob Manuel. Welcome to another edition of The Oil Within.
Okay, so today we have a special guest in our midst. He's Pastor Acha Dixon. He's a retired banker who worked with several banks in Nigeria, including Oceanic Bank, Sterling Bank, Diamond Bank, and Access Bank PLC. He specializes as a business strategist and a special audit referee to individuals and organizations. He is multi-talented, as he is an author with 2 books to his credit. He's a music minister with an album to his credit, and he's also a business coach. He is the CEO of Gele Republic and the co-founder of Rosy Touch Makeover. In addition to all of this, he serves as the assistant resident pastor in charge of the Under 40 ministry in Gateway International Church. And I must also add that he is happily married and blessed with a beautiful daughter.
To one wife.
Okay, yes, to one wife. Welcome, Pastor Acha.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Briggs. I really appreciate being here today. Thank you, Blessing, for hosting me.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Okay, sir, please, can you give us a backstory to how you transitioned from banking into entrepreneurship? Just a little story to how you transitioned from that.
Wow, it's something quite interesting because many persons who knew me before I ventured into business would never believe that someone like me would leave banking. And I wasn't just a contract banker, I was a full-time banker. Okay. I was earning pretty well when you compare my earning level to those of my colleagues out there. So it wasn't as if I had a bad time in the banking sector, no. But what happened was that I got to a point in my life where I felt that I needed to ease off of the system that I was not giving or getting the best at that point out of. What am I trying to say? I am a family person and I needed to have a work-life balance between my workplace and my family. At a point in my banking life, it was no longer possible to have a good work-life balance. So I made that decision on account of that and a few other reasons. Okay, so I also know that before I ventured out, I was already eyeing certain kind of businesses. You know, I admired business persons a lot, in the sense that while we were bankers, it may shock you to know that those of us who were bankers, we are still somehow going back to petty traders for financial assistance at one point or the other. You may not believe this, but this is the reality. Even as of today, there are many bankers who are not finding whatever they are earning sufficient enough. It is, let me not go too far because I know we have a lot to discuss today. To cut it short, I actually needed to ease off the system to venture into what I desired to do.
Okay.
I wasn't asked to leave the banking system, so I resigned of my own decision, okay, and ventured into what I desired to do. Originally, I wanted to set up a big shop that would be selling the kind of things I do today, but when I ventured out of the banking sector, some things happened that compelled me to now get to learn the nitty-gritties of making, not just selling, the things that I am doing right now. Okay, so that's a short or a brief story of how I transited from the banking sector to business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've made mention of the kind of things you do today. I'm sure some of the viewers who don't know you will be wondering, what does he do? So you are most popular for your business, Gele Republic, and that's a business that has gone international. You serve clients not just in Nigeria, even abroad.
Exactly.
And that's fantastic. So we'll just, if a few minutes, we'll take a look at some of his products so that people can get to see what he does and have a better idea before we continue with the questions. So we'll just take a break. Let's look at some of the products.
bigger you are on the inside, the bigger you can become on the outside. Build your inner man spiritually and mentally.
Thank you so much, Life Center Network. Keep watching, keep listening, keep following. Thank you.
All right, my name is Godman Akinlabi, lead pastor of the Elevation Church, and I'm inviting you to keep watching Life Center Network.
Okay, so Life Center and Network is the place where you get every information and everything that has to do with education and, of course, entertainment. So I just want to tell you, keep watching
Life Center Network.
Keep watching Life Center Network. Keep watching Life Center Network. Don't stop watching.
Please keep watching Life Center Network.
Thank you so much, Mama.
Absolutely. Please, I encourage all my friends, associates, and every good person of Obia and River State. Keep watching Life Center Network.
Welcome back, viewers. I'm sure you've seen the products. He does a great job. In fact, he's the best at what he does. So please patronize him. Anyway, back to our question.
Okay.
How did your background in banking influence your approach towards business?
Okay, basically, let me start by saying that there's no difference between a banker, a seamstress, or a block molder, or any other person. There is nothing much that banking background will actually give you as an advantage. It's about the person's intentionality. Now, the basic thing I would say my banking background helped me to maybe achieve towards positioning my business is what I would call logical approach to things. You know, as a banker, especially my own kind of banker, because I wasn't just in the marketing segment, I was an internal auditor for a period of 7 years. Okay, so over the years, I learned how to approach things logically than emotional. Okay, if I have a problem to solve, I throw my emotions away and focus on it logically. Okay, so that is one advantage, or one way I would say my banking background influenced my pattern of doing things or looking at business. Okay, that's basically it. And I would say that it has helped me over the years because when I try to service a client, I throw my emotions away because people come with different kind of issues that you get to meet, especially I service ladies. You know what it means?
Yes.
I know the kind of issues that can come between clients and a service person. So I try to empathize a lot. I try to put myself in their shoes to really understand their feelings. What is their desire? If I service you, I like to get a feedback. So these are the logical makeups to what I do than just being emotional. Somebody can come back to you and say, you didn't do this very well, you didn't do the way I exactly wanted it. You have to throw away your emotions and make sure that you get to understand what exactly the person is saying. Is there any defect in the product you're offering the person that made that person to react the way she is reacting to you? So these are the things I would say my banking background helped me to do to position my business very well as of now. There is basically nothing banking background will help you do better than someone who has a political background or agricultural background or otherwise. Yeah. Okay.
So how as a person that does gele fascinators for ladies, how has your customer service in your company, has it been able to take your business to the next level?
Okay, we believe in one thing in Gele Republic. We believe in excellence.
Yes.
Okay, anything we are doing has to go out with a touch of excellence.
Okay.
You know, we don't believe in doing shabby things. And there is some feeling women have when they see a guy servicing them.
Yes.
Okay, so to me it's an advantage, and I don't take it for granted. I make sure that I explore it to the fullest.
Okay.
Okay, it's an opportunity for me to make sure that I really if I service you today, chances are that you will stick to me. You will come back to me. Why? Because we have this service excellence policy. Our finishing has to be top notch, such that if somebody used to service you in the past, the moment you experience our services, you are going to be stuck. You will definitely come back. Okay, so you see that we retain our clients because we offer them something that has a definite touch of excellence. Okay, that's basically our advantage in the industry. Yeah, you know, it's a women-dominated industry.
Yes.
But for you to stand out, you really need to make sure that you do things at a level that competitors won't be able to get to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask, what were the initial steps you took to secure funding for Gile Republic? Or was it savings from your past job, or how did you raise the money?
I did every single thing that entrepreneurs do to raise funds. A few worked, some didn't work, of course. Eventually, I resorted to personal funding.
Okay.
There's nothing I didn't try. I tried crowdfunding. It didn't work initially, but at some point it worked.
Okay.
When the business has already taken off. Exactly. But basically, I am the kind of person that don't believe in using bank loan to start a business, a new business.
Yes.
You can bring in bank loan when your business is already running smoothly, but not at the point of takeoff. Many people fail in business because they believe they can just go and grab some amount of loan and start up a business without knowing that there is a gestation period for every business. If the bank does not give you moratorium, that is a period of grace, you understand, you won't be able to pull through, especially in Nigeria. There are many of us who have gone into business with loans that are collateralized, and they end up losing their collateral. They end up becoming so pressured that they will not be able, the business will not survive. But what I did in my own case, going back to that question, is that I resorted to cutting down certain things that were not necessary at that beginning point. Okay, my budget was over 5 million naira when I was planning to venture into business. But at the point of starting the business, the reality dawned on me. I didn't have as much as that amount of money. What did I do? When I exhausted my personal savings, I had to cut down things that I felt were not necessary. I can actually start, but not necessarily needing certain number of staff. I can start, but not necessarily stocking up every shelf in the shop. Okay, so I could start not necessarily having the number of air conditioners I needed in the office. And of course, I needed to build up from the scratch, and then like make sure that the environment, the business environment, is well touched according to you understand. But when all these things were, the funds I needed were not all available, I had to cut down on certain things so that I can start with the little that was available. So I use basically personal funding, and then, like you mentioned, I have a few friends.
Okay.
You know, human capital, human resources are actually the most valuable resources you can. I had some friends and a few family members who I talked to, told them this is what I'm thinking of starting. They didn't give me all of the money I needed, but at least I had a few supports. Yeah, and I was able to kick off at that little stage. We have grown over the years, and we are still growing as well. Yeah.
Okay, so what were the little challenges? Let me not say little. In every business, there's a challenge. What were the challenges? Although everything was set according to you, but what were the challenges you faced in the beginning of becoming a fascinator? Because it's not something that is just a regular thing. So what were the challenges you faced?
The major challenge we had was acceptability in the market.
Okay.
Because some persons would see what you are doing, but for example, they see you do a fascinator and place it on a door head to display, you understand, but they will ask you, how will it sit on my head?
Your own head.
Yes. They look at the dummy head, it's not looking like them, so they want to imagine how it will be like. So that made for delayed acceptance. Like they will not want to just accept what you have shown them in picture.
Okay.
Until they
sorry,
see
I wanted to ask, is it not possible to put it on a model's head?
That was one of the ways out.
Okay, okay.
We now started, I hired models to display my products.
Okay.
You pay models, you know, there are agencies where you can hire models
Yes.
and they come to display your. My wife also is a makeup artist.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah, we could hire a model, make the person up in the studio, then wear the fascinator neatly on exactly the way it should be. And then you begin to use that as your marketing tool. But until people began to see it on human beings, they didn't really accept that this was good enough for them. So those were the challenges. And secondly, of course, when I started, my initial plan was not to be a fascinator maker or a gele artist. No, my plan was to set up a shop where I can sell gele materials, basically. Yeah. So eventually we started to, I went for trainings. I went for a training which was very fast actually, and that initial stage of production was not easy. You have to be intentional, you have to apply your heart, you have to burn the midnight candle, do research beyond what they have taught you, okay, to be able to take it to a standard where people will appreciate it. And of course, if you come into the market and you're doing what every other person is doing, you don't have an advantage. So you have to shoot it up. You have to raise the roof.
Become the best.
That is it. So, and I thank God for the breakthroughs, because when people saw what we are doing, began to like it, and today we are exporting abroad.
Yes.
That's good. So, sir, we're talking about business financing, and I know you are a retired banker, so you have a good idea on this. I want you to talk about the 5 C's of credit. That's capital, collateral, capacity, character, and conditions. What business owners or small business owners, entrepreneurs, or people who are trying to launch out a business need to know about the 5 C's of credit?
Yeah, these are actually the basic criteria that will make a business person credit worthy. Number one, in no particular order, let's take character for example. Character is more important than collateral. Character is more important than capital. Because as a business person, it is your reputation. I know one thing about reputation. It is what people think about you. It is not what you profess that you are. So this character of a thing is not by you coming to tell your creditors that this is what I am and this is what I can do. It is based on what you have done. It is a reputation, that is to say something that is spoken about you. So if you're the kind of person who is not honest financially, if you are not the kind of person that is very open financially, straightforward, the institutions will not trust you. Human beings will not trust you. No lender will trust you if you have mismanaged funds in the past or you have a bad credit report. Okay, so in terms of character, you have to present yourself credit worthy. When they check through your history, have you borrowed in the past and were you able to pay back? These are the things that matter. Then talk about capacity. For example, I mentioned before that it is not okay to start a business with credit. But you can now use credit to build up in the process. You have already started, use the credit to support it. Now, when they come in to check, you have to have capacity in the way we say it in Nigeria. Your capacity entails your cash flow, your everything you have, the funds available, your capital, everything that the business has acquired already. Then plus your own human capacity as well. So somebody, a creditor will ask, does he have the capacity to pay back this loan when give it to him? So if you don't have the capacity to pay back, if your business does not have the goodwill to pay back, no creditor will consider you for any form of lending. So capacity has to do with the goodwill that the business has already garnered. Okay, then when we talk about the other one, condition is part of them. But one good thing about condition is that nobody crucifies anybody because of condition, because it is an external factor thing. For example, the business policy in Nigeria, about when we had cash crunch issues in Nigeria.
Yes.
Anybody who defaulted at such points, you will not say it's because of the person's intention to default, but the condition of the economy at that particular time actually made the person to default.
Yes.
So when we talk about condition, it's about the external environment, regulatory policies and all that affect the business. So these are some of the issues that lenders put into consideration before they will decide to fund or invest in your business. Which other the other C?
You talk of collateral already.
Collateral.
So
Collateral, yeah, they want to be sure that if I give him this money, if I give him this level of loan, if he defaults, what is the security I can use to recoup my money?
Yes.
So that is about the what do you call it?
Credit.
The collateral, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So these things actually are the prerequisite conditions that help a creditor consider you for any form of credit.
Okay.
All right. Before we go into the next question, we would just like to take a short break, and then after which we'll come back and quickly ask, and then we'll round up.
Are you ready for another season of God's encounters?
A mass in her stomach for the past 5 years.
A mass in the stomach.
It was
on the right side.
Yes, sir.
This can confirm it.
Huh?
It used to be very painful.
Yeah.
If I lie down, I will feel the mass.
Yeah.
Very strong and painful. But as we were praying, the mass I didn't feel anything.
Gateway International Church brings you Vigils of Destiny 2024 with the theme, God is a Good God. It will be a time of prayers, prophecy, miracles, deliverance, and the move of God like never before. Ministering Reverend Intia.
Hanging prophecies are fulfilled.
Reverend Sam Oye.
In the name of the sovereign Son of the living God.
And the host pastor, Pastor George Izumwa.
Your head above your head. Every dark area of your life today, let light invade it.
Date every Friday in the month of July, 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th of July 2024. Time 10 p.m. till dawn. Venue Altar of Mercy Grounds, Gateway International Church, St. John Obogoro Road, Wumalimini, Port Harcourt, and all her satellite branches. You can stream live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at GIC Family and at George Izumwa. Listen live on Mixlr at the Gateway Radio and watch live on TV on Live Center Network. Come and experience visible, notable, undeniable positive change. Are you ready for another season of
Okay, welcome viewers. Thank you for watching our show. So, sir, I want to ask, in a situation where, as a small business owner or as a business owner, maybe you get a loan from, it's not advisable to get the loan from the bank, but in a situation where you're not financially buoyant enough, and you get the loan from the bank, and then you get goods into you're bringing goods into your space from the suppliers. So in a situation where maybe you have an accident or maybe fire outbreak and all that, how do you convince your funders? Maybe you collected the loan from the bank. How do you convince them of the accident and stuff? How do you convince them on that?
You really don't need to convince anybody. You just need to notify the organization.
Okay.
That is where the insurance come in.
Okay.
Every loan is insured.
Yes.
So there is no organization that issues a loan without insurance cover.
Okay.
So that is where they come in. And there is, and let me correct something. It's not true that you don't need to get loan from the bank.
Okay.
Yeah. Our banking system in Nigeria is actually not doing so well in supporting businesses.
Yes.
If every SME in Nigeria receives the banking support, we will go places. That's the truth. And it's okay to get business support from the banks.
Yeah.
It's just that it is not okay to kickstart
a business
in Nigerian setting, for example. But in other climes, there are business support schemes that actually grows new businesses.
Yes.
But in Nigeria, we don't have such system. Rather, the banking systems, let me not say something that will appear as if I am speaking against the banks, but the truth is that they are not doing well enough to support businesses, small businesses. Okay, it's okay to get banking loan. The likes of Bill Gates, the likes of Dangotes of this world, they all run with bank loans. They don't have enough, nobody has enough money to actually accomplish everything that their business requires. Banking loans are supposed to cushion businesses financially, but it's unfortunate that in Nigeria we're not doing that. It's okay to get loans to start, to run or continue your business, and then when there are these exigencies, yes, the insurance companies come in at this point to settle off those unexpected emergencies.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So before we round up, I just want to quickly ask this question. Sometimes people say you don't need capital, that what you need is an idea. What's your take on that before we just round up?
You need capital, you need ideas.
Okay.
Because there are so many ideas that have died without funding, without seeing the light of day. If you have ideas and you don't have capital, your business idea will suffer.
That's true.
If you have idea and you have capital, you will fly to the skies.
Yes.
And there is what we call angel investors.
Okay.
If you have an idea and you don't have the required finances to kickstart, look for possible angel investors.
Okay.
Do the business proposition. Write the proposal, present it in places where they will not be stolen. But look for people who you think can support the idea to fund it to fruition. That's my advice.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate everything you said, sir. Pray that God takes your business to greater heights.
Yes.
So our viewers, hope you learned a lot today. We will see you the same time next week. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much. See you next time.
Hello viewers, do you know that there's greatness on your inside? Do you know that the greatest oil well is within you? What really matters is your ability to discover, develop,